Yo, what's going on, guys? Money here. Today's YouTube video will be a whole entire rundown of the brand new season in Fortnite. The new mythic items, the sharks, the rotations, the meta, everything you guys can ever think about of the new season or things that you guys are wanting to know about the new season. As you guys can see right here, you guys can currently see that 72.8% of y'all are currently not subscribed. You guys can easily change that by making an account up here and subbing to my channel and a lot of different creators on YouTube, and I would seriously appreciate that. But with further ado, if you guys do enjoy the video, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Okay, so to start this off, this is, if you guys haven't seen the whole entire map uncovered, this is the new map. Couple new POIs, and some of them obviously flooded and have floaties and are easily accessible. With boats and stuff like that, and sharks, we'll get into that. But we'll get right into it. These are all the new mythic weapon. Mythic. I'll clarify that later. These are all the mythic weapons. I'll throw them up on screen right now. Drum gun. We have that at the Authority, which is kind of weird because if you think about the names that Fortnite gives POIs, there's only been a select couple of POIs that don't have the same first and second letter. So the fact that these two don't is kind of throwing me off a little bit and might have some significant meaning. But regardless, the drum gun, first of all, does have a nerf. It shoots a little slower. Comes from the Authority. The grappler also comes from the Authority. Over here, you get the AUG and you get the unlimited chug jug. So first of all, the AUG, you can find a regular AUG anywhere else on the map, right? The mythic AUG has 30 rounds, hits the same damage as a normal AUG, and has the same rate of fire as a normal AUG. So essentially, all the mythic AUG is 10 more rounds in a magazine, which really isn't that significant if you're really gonna sort your drops around one mythic item. Now, the chug jug, on the other hand, is extremely overpowered in my opinion. I mean, you can literally take this mid game, right? You're rotating, you get tagged, you tend to box up, and you waste none of your accessible shield, and you have a chug jug, unlimited, that recharges every 30 to 45 seconds. But I'm really showing the exact timing. But you will find both of those at the Fortilla. The next is the shockwave launcher and the mythic shotgun, the legendary shotgun. If you guys don't know, they added a new shotgun in the game. Instead of the pump, they removed the pump, and it's a charged shotgun. So the charged shotgun and the shockwave launcher will be found at Caddy Corner. I'll show a couple clips of those, me using those right here. That was an example I got earlier. I posted on my socials right away. Essentially, the shockwave launcher is a shockwave that uses rockets to shockwave you around the map, right? During the season, we've seen a significant damage nerf on just about every single weapon there is, right? Shotguns don't hit as hard. This one hits for 68. You know, ARs, like regular ARs only hit for 45 crits. I'm gonna show you right here. Damage 33. The crits only hit for 55 or 45 instead of 66. Which is going to lead into a lot of like mid-game fights being dragged along because you can't triple dink some kid, or you can't take enough shield off at the start of the fight to push him and engage in a fight mid-zone. There's also a lot of mobility during this map, so that could lead into a lot of third-party fights potentially happening because one, a fight's getting dragged out way too long. Two, people are coming in helicopters, and their mobility in terms of sharks, boats, helicopters, zip lines, potentially cars in the future, and hurricanes and whirlpools. So those are all the rotations in the game, right? I'll go over them again. Sharks, you can put a fishing pole in the water, and the shark will actually bite your fishing pole, and it'll take you, and you'll be skiing right behind it. You could boost, you could jump. Extremely overpowered, right? I think it is, at least. You can even use it tactically, right? If you take a shark and you bring it to a position where it could be of use, right? Causing someone or going to where shots are, and then the shark gets aggravated and it attacks the other person, or it can even attack you. You got to be careful. Boats have always been in the game since Chapter 2. Still a viable source of transportation. You also have helicopters that were in pubs in Season 2, Chapter 2, and now they are in competitive Fortnite, and now they are in this season. Personally, I think it's a good idea just because look at this map, bro. It's literally huge, right? How are you going to get around if you don't have a helicopter? One thing I do recommend to Epic, if you're watching this, probably not, reduce the amount of health on the helicopter and the amount of damage you're hitting people for, because you can run through builds just like any other, what was it, the regular like helicopter planes that they had back in season 8, 9, 10, I think, but they ended up taking them out. Essentially just changing the damage to the builds, right? Zip lines are increasingly like huge, especially in these areas right here. They're all over like all these water parts, right? They're really good connector islands to all these archipelagos. Really good for rotation. And lastly, cars. We saw cars being used in the trailer that might get introduced later after the map starts unflooding and the water starts to go away. We might see an addition of cars, and really we're going to see how useful those would be. Lastly, this is the hurricane / winter pool. Essentially it sucks you in and it shoots you straight up to the air, right? And you can glide out of it. The thing I really like about this rotation is it's kind of like a porta rift, but you're not using any of your own base utility. For instance, like, just look at all the spots are on the map and realize how many of those, like going up that high, how many of those you can really use in your favor, and how that can really assist your rotation, right? Say you land here, you get all that loot, you fall off the side, you hit the hurricane, you come over here, or you hit the whirlpool, come over here, like you continuously rotate, and I'm pretty sure there's still boat over here, I think. But we'll see. But you know, stuff like that. So I find that really, really interesting. I really like that rotation. It reminds me of the water spurts up in season 10 with the wind tunnels and all that. But especially by the volcano. So another thing I forgot to talk about, guys, was the addition of hunting rifles and the addition of combat and regular P90 SMGs. The combat SMG has 40 bullets in its magazine, and the regular SMG combat P90, you know what I mean, has 30. And there's like different versions. You can find a purple combat and a regular purple P90, and they just have 10 less bullets in their magazine. But the hunting rifles are cool. They also involved bolt sniper rifles, and you can actually side grade hunting rifles into sniper rifles, which I really like that addition because. As if you guys didn't know, they also unvaulted they vaulted heavy snipers, and so in that return they unvaulted the bolt snipers. Personally, the bolt's one of my favorite snipers in the whole entire game, so I'm really happy that one came out. But yeah, some other tips and tricks around this map. If you guys didn't know, right, there's a slurp truck over here, and there's also a slurp truck over here. Right by this whirlpool. I am debating on telling y'all this because I don't want further rotations being stolen and people finding this out, but I feel like it's going to be found out anyways, so I'm just going to go ahead and tell y'all. The slurp trucks in the water, you can hit them underwater and still be able to gain that 100 shield, that 100 HP, right? This one's far into the water, but if you're over it and you're shooting it, you still gain that shield from it. And so I know 99.5% of the Fortnite community probably doesn't even know that, but you can actually gain shield still above the slurp trucks while you're floating in the water, and that is huge, right? Huge for rotations, especially when this stuff is going to get unflooded over here. Really help out rotations, since that was already there pre-patch, pre-season, Chapter 2, Season 2. It's already going to be there for you. Alright guys, well, honestly, that's really just about it, really. Just updating you on the new season, some cool tips and tricks with the geysers and the slurp trucks, and what all they unvaulted and what you can use to your advantage. Also showing you all the mythic weapons, right? and all the cool tricks and stuff like that. Remember, not all mythic weapons are mythic as they say. Like I said with the AUG, it's not as powerful. It just has more magazine bullets, or bullets in the magazine, stuff like that. So honestly, to me, this season is, I would honestly give it an 8 out of 10, right? I'm gonna pop up a picture here. This is what the map is supposed to look like further into the season, right? It's supposed to unflood, or deflood, whatever you call it, and land is supposed to be coming back. And that's when we expect cars to come back as well in a further patch if they do. But honestly, I have high hopes for this season. This season is really interesting. It's really good for content. I expect to have a lot of fun with this, and yeah, I mean, from what it looks like, a lot of people are having fun with it too. The people that aren't having fun with this season, one, are probably not talented at the game. Two, are very picky and never get what they want, right? And Fortnite is supposed to open up a side of content, or a side of like new, right? We want everything to be different, and this is exactly what it is, right? People wanted a new map. Dude, half this, 3/4 of this map is new, bro. 75% of it, you know what I mean? Like, they had to retexture and redo everything, and honestly, I think they did an amazing job. Really, really good job by Mr. Donald Mustard and the team over there at Epic Games. But further ado, guys, I'm going to head out of here. I'm going to get my arena points up. I'm going to try to grind that, try to get into champions in a couple of days. So yeah, guys, if you guys want me to do a drop spot video on this new map, please let me know, right? I'm more than welcome to do them. I might even do one soon. Do a couple reviews on the POIs and where you can and can't build, and some cool peaks and some cool tips and tricks. But yeah, guys, it's your boy Money, and I think I'm gonna hop out of here and get this video edited, and we'll see you guys next time.